Hey guys, it's Crystal Stars here, and today's a little bit of a hard video. Today I'm going to talk about the first time that I have experienced loss at a super emotional level. Like, this isn't the first time that I've dealt with death, but unfortunately, the times before now, I was younger or I wasn't as close to the person who has died. And even though they were important to my family before now, I don't know, I don't feel it as deeply as perhaps I should have. But and this is gonna seem weird, like, because this whole thing so far is like you're thinking like, I don't know, it's huge, and maybe it won't be huge to everyone, but it was pretty big to me. I recently lost my cat. As of filming this, it's been about 3 months, close to 3 months, and it still feels pretty raw. It was a really hard loss because I got this cat when he was a baby. Like, my father picked up this street cat. He had this obsession with finding a black cat, and he found a black cat, did not know she was pregnant, and she ended up giving birth on June 13th, 2007. She had 4 kittens. And I wanted all of them because I was always obsessed with cats. Like, I was that weirdo that would like find cats on the street and like buy them food and feed them and want to scoop them up and take them all home. And my mom was always, no, she was not having it. But my dad told me he had 4 kittens and I wanted them. He kept one for himself because one of the kittens was all black. 2 of them were gray and one of them was multicolored, like brown, gray, white. I ended up finding homes for those 2 kittens, and I kept one for myself. But it was actually interesting because I had my eye on this super colorful cat, and the 2 other gray cats, like, they were cute, but they weren't for me. They weren't my goal. Like, I love them. I love all cats, but I really wanted the colorful one. So I ended up finding the colorful one at home first, and then I was left with the 2 gray kittens. There was a little boy and a little girl. The little girl was all gray, and the little boy was, you know, he was like gray, but his paws were white, his feet were white. Like, he was like wearing a little tuxedo. He was very cute. And that ended up being my baby. But the story of how he was mine was funny because I intended to have a girl. And when I took both gray kittens to a friend of mine who was going to take the little boy, he kept jumping off her lap. And you know how, like, when kittens are really small and they fall, they like splat with their arms and legs all coming out. And he'd throw himself on the floor and then just start crawling up my body to stay with me. And it was so cute. It felt like he picked me. It meant the world. It was so cute. I'd never, you know, you pick your animals. It's kind of like in Harry Potter where the wand chooses the wizard. Well, the cat chose the owner, and it was everything. It was love. This cat was not just a cat. He was like a dog. He followed me everywhere. He stood with me all the time in the bathroom when I went to sleep. When I came home from school, he was happy to see me. When I moved out, I took him with me. He got along with everything. Like, you know, Alex came with Gizmo, and my cat and Gizmo, they got along. And then we got Remy, and then they all 3 were best friends, and they always slept together, and they were just, it was the best. And then fast forward to a little more recently, and Alex and I were thinking, wow, you know, Jumper has definitely put on some weight. So we thought, let's get him some weight control food. And we did. And we thought that the food was helping. And we thought that he was losing weight because of the food. And we were kind of happy, like, hey, you know, you're losing weight. You went from 15 to 12 pounds. Like, that's a big deal, you know. Tabby cats, American short hair cats, they're not supposed to weigh 15 pounds. He was a big boy, and he was losing weight, and we were happy. But then I started realizing that the food that we gave him wasn't going anywhere. And I thought that he didn't like it. So got him wet food. He didn't care for it. Got him a different brand of dry food. He didn't care for it. And then I started checking his litter more and realizing that there wasn't poop. And I knew something was wrong. And so we took him to the vet, and they said he had kidney failure. They said he had anemia, and they said that based on his age, there was nothing they could do. It was a really hard time. and I had to make the choice. We could have given him blood transfusions, but it was really expensive, and he has a different type of blood that American cats don't have. And it was a lot. We had to make the choice that day. His gums had turned white. He was weak, and he wasn't gonna live very long. So everyone said it would probably be better that it was in a controlled environment and that I didn't come home and find him passed on without me. That at least I can hold him and stay with him. And I did. And we did it. And I held him and I kissed him and we cried for hours and days and weeks, and just, it was really hard. And I'm not trying to break down here, but it was the worst. And I wanted, I don't know, more time, I guess. I felt cheated because a lot of cats live a lot longer and I didn't get that chance. And I wanted something to hold on to. And so, I don't know. I felt cheated because I didn't find, when people pass on and you see them in a dream and you kind of feel like they're okay, they've moved on, they're happy. I didn't get that. I didn't have any of those special spiritual dreams, and I felt cheated and I felt sad. And I started looking on the internet for something. I thought maybe getting a new cat, but I didn't want to do that so quickly. I don't know. And then I found something called Petsies, which I thought was a cute idea. So I ordered a plushie that looked like my cat. And this was the first one I got. And he's pretty cute, but he didn't really look like my cat. Everybody thinks he looks more like a hairy jaguar. I don't know. I appreciated their attempt because my cat had a lot of stripes and things, but I don't know. And when I ordered him, I was so devastated. I even got this thing called a memory pocket, which is this right here. And you could unzip it and put, this is weird, but put the ashes of your lost pet inside of the bear so that you can kind of cuddle the remains of your pet. This sounds so awkward. I'm not crazy. I needed something, but this wasn't it. And actually, Petsies was really good about it. I told them that this didn't really look like my cat, and I asked if I could either get a refund or a replacement, and they were great enough to give me a replacement. I didn't have to send this one back, obviously. I had to pay an extra $30, which was kind of, but they're doing the work, So then I ended up getting this one, who looks a lot more like my cat. Very pretty, except the face is kind of skinny because my cat was a fatty. But this guy is a lot more true to life than the first cat. The only thing I don't really like is how he feels. He feels like dryer lint or dried paint on a teddy bear. I don't know, it's weird, but I appreciate their small details. They got a little black on his feet. Everybody always used to say that it looked like Jumper was wearing dirty socks, and it was such a cute thing. And they got the brown undertail, but the gray outer tail, which is what he had, and all of his dark stripes on his dark fur and his pink ears and just his green eyes and everything. This is a really big comfort to me. A lot of people think it looks kind of crazy because it's real, or it looks kind of real when he's just laying somewhere. If I had him behind me and I just had him like that and somebody passed by, they would kind of think he looked real. I don't know. But I think the moral of my story with my weird teddy bear cats is that you can't see loss coming and you can't control it. And I guess I just have to try and cherish the memories and think about all the good things and smiles and everything that he brought me. He was the best pet. And I'm happy to say that he not only touched my life, but he touched a lot of my friends' lives, people who weren't cat lovers, who didn't like cats, who didn't touch cats, who didn't want to understand cats. Like, everyone loved him for being the cute, kooky little creature he was. And I'll always miss him, and I love him so much. And I hope that he's happy where he is. And I just miss him. Now you will, I'm not gonna cry. Now you will see some of my friends talking about him, which really meant a lot to me that they took the time to do so. So, go watch it. How did you feel about Jumper?
It was a good cat. I remember the first time we got him. He was the one that liked to jump out of the box, and yeah, he kind of scratched me on that first day. But then again, you know, it's like he was trying to jump onto other people. Very loud cat, but we all love him.
I just like love him. That's kind of nice. I don't feel like Larry was a big cat person. All right, you ready to see Erica's? Yeah. Stop.
Jumper was destined to be Crystal's first one to escape, first one to get named Escapee before he got changed to Jumper. Crystal fell in love with him instantly, did not want to give him away to Maria. I think she gave him Jumper's sister. He was a devout cat. He followed her everywhere around the house. He was like a dog. As soon as Crystal said Jumper, he would run wherever she would. I miss him very much. It's not the same at Crystal's house.
Oh, she made me feel like I want to cry. I think this is Rosemary's. So let's see it.
We're not even into the third video.
I know, but she said it wasn't
Hi,
the same.
Jumper. I love you. I miss you. And I know you in heaven doing your ABCs with Lily, making me proud. You making me proud, right, Poppy? You do your ABCs, Gucci. I was gonna do this video on the Metro North Jumper, but you know, it was like, they said no loud noises in the first two cars, and I had the window comfortable seats. So I was like, chicka fresh, I'ma just do it here because JJ's sleeping. Oh snap, I look crazy. So I hope your mom don't put this on the internet.
Too late, Rosie.
And I know you're doing your ABCs and your homework. And I know your brother and sister miss you. Remy Martin and Gizmo, they miss you, Gucci. They miss you. You're so chunky, boom boom. Tell Lily hi for me, okay? I miss her so much. I know you're chilling, Poppy. I love you, Jumper.
Oh,
That was cute.
that was so cute. This is Jean. Let's see what Jean had to say.
This little short message goes out to my dear friend Jumper. He shall be missed. He was a great pet, and I have a lot of fond memories with him. Rest in peace, my friend.
That was really short, but really cute. Thank you, Jean.
That's Kevin.
I'm gonna mess up my makeup. And then I'm wiping it on my black pants. How great is that?
Jumper was an amazing cat. He was one of the only cats I knew. And he was fat, and I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him always telling me that I was a vile human. And yeah, he was a great cat. Love you, Jumper.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And thank you, May, for recording him.
This is Allison Jake.
Yeah. It's Alex and Jake. They did one together. I'm really happy about that. And Remy's done with the crying, so she just left, so.
Although we didn't really get to see Jumper as much as we would have liked to, I remember distinctly whenever I would go over and stay over in the city, when I would wake up, Jumper would be cuddling on top of my head and sitting on my head whenever I took a nap and woke up. And I'm definitely gonna miss that a lot.
Yeah, I miss having him as a good friend and there to pet.
We love you, Jumper.
Oh, that was sweet. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it. And we have one from Nick. And we love our friend Nick. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Nick here. Just want to say I was sorry when I heard about Jumper's passing, and I wish I could have spent more time with him. I was allergic to him, but he's a great cat, and he's going to be missed.
Nick was allergic to him. Nick was always scared of him. I like how he said he wanted to spend more time, but like he did not. Like he was too afraid of Jumper to spend any time with him, right?
Yeah, because he was allergic.
Well, not only like allergic, but like anytime Jumper got near him, he'd be like, Alex! That was always cute. I enjoyed that very much. Oh. So this one's from Angelo and Hugo, and they did it all the way from Kentucky. So I'm really happy that they took the time to say something about Jumper.
Hey, Jumper.
Hi, Jumper. So I'm going to share a really quick memory. So it was a while ago. We were all outside with the animals and you, Jumper. And I was singing the Activia theme song, and you were meowing the whole time I sung. And that kept you calm until we got back into the house. And I miss seeing you and being able to pet you and looking at your little paw pads.
Miss you.
Bye, Jumper.
Little paw pads. That's cute. Actually, yeah, Angelo had a weird obsession with the Activia commercial, the one that would be like, Activia. And every time he'd sing it, for some reason, Jumper would meow, like every single time. So it was kind of weird, but it was really cute. And that's it. I have, for some reason, a Jamba Juice drink snapshotted in my in my camera roll. A lot of my friends who wanted to do this with us, they couldn't, but I know that a lot of people cared about him, and that was what was so important. And you know, even Alex, who's not the biggest cat person, he actually only grew up with dogs. Jumper was his first cat, and I think that he made an impact on you.
Yeah, he's an important part of this family. Yeah. Important part of my life. It's my friend, my enemy. But I loved him so much. Because he always showed unconditional love. And he always took care of the other animals, and he never mistreated them. Even when they fought with him hard and rough, he was so gentle.
One of his ears was permanently like bent in a weird way because Gizmo had bitten him, and like his ear had filled up with pus, and I got so scared. We took him to the vet, and they just were like, it'll go away by itself, but his ear was never the same. And like, even when things like that happened, he never scratched the dogs, he never hissed at them. He was always their friend. They were always close. And even when Alex would take his little body and throw him down on wrestling moves and stuff, he always loved Alex.
Yep.
Loved everyone. He was a great cat. I'm gonna miss him so much every day. But
It's definitely not the same.
it's not.
There's always a little meow missing in the morning and at night. He was always hungry.
Why? Why'd you have to say that?
That's why he always meows, was for food.
I always told Alex he meowed for love. He always said it was for food. But anyways, I wanted to share this because it was really, really important to me that I got a little bit of closure making this, and hopefully he knows wherever he is that he's missed so much, that he's loved so much, and that we're not the same. And I don't know how to end this video because this wasn't fun for me. And I always tell people that I hope they had fun. So what should I say?
You just say, Jumper, we love you. Rest in peace. And hopefully you're in pet heaven, running around, playing with the other animals, and whenever you get a chance, you're scratching God's chair. We love
cute.
you, Jumper, forever.
I love you. Bye, guys.
I'll follow you into the dark.